slaves in the world today. Out of those 30 million, 3 out of every 4 are women, and half are children. Even more astonishing, 17,500 slaves are trafficked into the United States each year, which doesn't include those who already live within the United States today. Most of us hear the word slavery and we think of the Civil War, the South versus the North, but most of us wouldn't think Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or New York. Our urban cities and our borders are home to some of the most active trafficking crimes in the world today. Human trafficking, also called modern-day slavery, is the illegal trade of human beings for sexual exploitation and forced labor. Human trafficking is a criminal industry. It occurs across the globe and its effects are terrorizing. Today there are more slaves in the world than there have ever been before. Human trafficking is the world's third most profiting criminal industry, as well as the fastest growing. It is appealing to criminal organizations because it has a relatively high profit and low risk. The fact that humans can be repeatedly sold, unlike drugs, makes it especially attractive to these organizations. 4 other factors that are the root cause of human trafficking are debt bondage, cheap labor, child soldiers, and prostitution. Debt often causes forced labor due to undefined pay and undefined duration of working hours. Debt bondages can often be passed down from generation to generation. Also, the demand for cheap labor and the high productivity causes exploitation of workers. In this case, slaves are those working for little or no pay. Child soldiers are the result of poor government. And lastly, prostitution, in this case of human trafficking, means those who are sold into slavery for sexual exploitation. Whatever the roots of human trafficking are, that doesn't change the fact that it is a criminal industry. Traffickers, depending on the situation, can be sentenced 10 years to life in prison. However, the criminal industry still thrives. The highest ranked source of human trafficking victims comes from the countries of Nigeria, China, Thailand, Bulgaria, Romania, and Ukraine. However, human trafficking has been traced to every continent. Trafficking victims are sold into industrialized countries, including the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and the United States, who are among the highest ranked countries for trafficking victims. In the United States, slavery exists in the forms of prostitution, factories that pay workers little to no money, and in agricultural fields. The U.S. is a big contributor to this global phenomenon. 30 million slaves, 30 million brutally abused lives, 30 million people who don't have a voice to share the effects. Most often, victims of human trafficking are those who lived in third world countries and are looking to reach a better life. Some will leave home at an early age and travel to the cities to find work, where undercover organizations will propose invalid contracts. Some will be forced to work overseas. Some girls will be drugged and put into brothels, where they will be beat and sexually exploited. Other little boys will become child soldiers at the age of 8, where they too will be exposed to drugs. Most of them have in common the fact that they can't escape, because chances are they will be put back in the same brothel, same sweatshop, or same army. The truth is, the voice of these victims won't be heard, because these organizations are too powerful. Human trafficking is a thriving criminal industry. It consists of forced labor and sexual exploitation. 30 million people around the globe, including the United States, are actively involved. By being informed, we are speaking out for those who otherwise don't have a voice against the gruesome effects of human trafficking.